Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video about, I don't know, I think I want to do a video on goals and resolutions since the beginning of this year. And I've been thinking a lot about, I've been doing a lot of deep dives within certain subjects like astrology and consciousness and self-esteem, awareness, conditioning, expectations, things like that. And first of all, let me say that this year, well, the end of last year when I decided, I started thinking about 2018 and I went through the normal, like, what are my resolutions or what are my goals for 2018? What do I want to accomplish? And it's the same thing that I always do at the end of a year going into a new year. I make this list of, of, of things that I feel are going to enhance my life in some sort of way. They're going to bring my life meaning, clarity, get me closer to the person I want to be or the person that I feel like I want to be. And I go in hard for like the first month and then I start skipping days or kind of not going in so hard and things like that, and then before I know it, like, I'm totally off the bandwagon and I'm back to just doing my regular stuff. All of my goals are just, collecting dust in the back of the book that I wrote it in, and I lose sight of it. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I have so many goals. I don't know if it's overwhelming, and then I look at everything and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no way that I can accomplish all these things, and so then I don't do anything. Or if it's just because the goals are so dramatically different from what I'm doing or where I am right now that it seems overwhelming and something that is not able to be accomplished, so I just lose sight of it. I don't know why, but um, it happens every year. So this year, or last year, I decided for this year that instead of doing goals, I'm going to do a theme. Because it's easier for me to remember a theme, like this is my theme of this year, than to have a bunch of little individual items to accomplish. So this year, my theme is moving out of my comfort zone. And I love that because it gives me the opportunity to choose that every time I come up across a situation. Um, and it's not tied to one particular situation, and it's not defined by any type of parameters. It's just me moving out of my comfort zone. So for me, the way that shows up is that I want to say yes when I normally say no, because no keeps me in my comfort zone, and that's the way I demonstrate that. So if something comes up, I have an opportunity to say yes, or I have an opportunity to say no, but I try my best to say yes. And that's me keeping with my theme of 2018, moving out of my comfort zone. Does that always happen? No. I just had an opportunity that was presented to me and I did not say yes. I wanted to, but I didn't. And normally I would get down on myself about it and throw a lot of judgments onto my decision to say no instead of yes. But with all of this deep dive that I've been doing, somewhere along the path of doing this deep dive, I discovered, or I realized that I needed to be more forgiving with myself. Like, my mother used to always say, if you ask her, how is she doing? Um, she'd say, I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. And like that was just her saying. And I never attributed anything to it. I never looked deeper into it, um, but I do now. And I see that that's what we all are doing, actually. We're all doing the best that we can with what we have at our disposal at that time. And when I had the opportunity that was presented to me, that I could have said yes and move out of my comfort zone, or say no and stay in it, and I ended up saying no, I looked back at it, and I was acutely aware of the stories that I was telling myself, for that kept me in my comfort zone, that encouraged me to say no instead of saying yes. I I recognized that that story that was being told was not only in the voice of the person who I knew would have an issue with me saying yes, but it was also in my own voice, which was very telling. I was telling myself this story of, oh my gosh, if you say yes, all of these horrible things are going to happen. So you should just not say yes. You should just say no. And I recognized that it wasn't only coming from outside of me, but the louder voice was my own voice coming from inside of me. And that just demonstrated, to me, or reinforced to me that, you are the person that stands in your way. No one else. You block yourself from making these decisions, and living this life that you want to live, or accomplishing these things that you want to accomplish. You prevent that. Nobody else. Which was a good lesson. It was definitely good. So I came away from that experience, not with judgment, but with understanding, and saying, okay, so that time I chose to stay in my comfort zone, but that's not the last time that's going to be, a situation will be presented to me. Pretty much every day I have the opportunity to say yes instead of no. And it's my job to not only say yes, but to be aware of what's happening within my own head, my own psyche, um, during those times that I'm saying no to. So I don't know. I just want to talk about that, and to say, for those of you who are maybe in a place of comfort, and that is where you're living your life, you've decided that it's really comfortable, in your little box, because trust me, I've been in a box. Um, it's comfortable in your box, and you maybe don't even see it as a box. Maybe you just see it as like your life, and that's just the way it is. And you have very little control over what's happening to you, or um, you're decided to stay with the same ideals, beliefs, locations, people, situations, because it's what you know, and anything outside of that is scary. I encourage you to try saying yes. Try, or if you're a person that always says yes, then try saying no. Like, try doing the opposite of what you normally do, which would pull you outside of that comfort zone. Um, and just see how it works. And be aware of when you come up against that wall of making that different choice, that you recognize the stories that you're telling yourself. Like, listen and pay attention. Feel like what your body is telling you. Feel what comes up for you, because it'll be fear, But what else is there? Is there fear of, or if it's what kind of fear is it? Is it a fear of judgment, fear that you won't, like people will stop liking you, fear that something horrible will happen? What, what, and what is the alternative? Like, what if you make that other decision and people still like you, or something wonderful happens, or something happens that you can't even imagine that would happen, that would not only benefit you but benefit the people around you? Like, just be aware of it. And if you decide to go ahead and go with your regular answer, that's okay. But try to learn from that experience of possibly going outside of your box, and maybe make a promise to yourself that next time that you come across an opportunity to come out of your box, that you try hard to do that. Because that's what I'm doing. And so I just wanted to share that. That's all. So I hope you guys are having a good day. And I sound nasally because I'm sick, but I'm on Tylenol cold, so it's all good. I'm feeling pretty good, actually. But anyway, you guys have a good day, good Sunday, and I'll talk to you soon.